2 o'clock straight up. It's the Carton Show with Big Mac. Great to have you here. Phone number to join, as always, 888-808-1019. Just when you thought the New York Giants would have all the fun this week with the John Harbaugh signing, the John Harbaugh press conference, the John Harbaugh ass-kissing, the New York Yankees said, I want to remind everybody about something. It's still a Yankee town until it's not a Yankee town. And while the New York Mets, congratulations, introducing Mr. Bichette today, putting on the old Met jersey. Their big announcement today was that they got a guy who batted .220 last year, but he's a defensive wizard in center field. The New York Yankees have gotten the job done. Cody Bellinger is not a Met. He is not a Blue Jay. He is not a Dodger. He is a New York Yankee. So what a great week in New York sports. Met fans are happy, of course. Bichette, you get Louis Robert to be your center fielder. Obviously, last couple of years, not great offensively.
No.
Had one really good offensive year in his career, but they got him for defense, for run protection. That's their big thing. And the Yankees, while many of you thought asleep at the wheel, sat there like a snake in the grass and said, hey, Cody Bellinger, you could go talk to everybody. You want to talk to Toronto? Feel free. We're not going to stop you. You want to dabble with the New York Mets? Feel free. We're not going to stop you. Our offer is sound. Our offer is good. And when the dust settles, I think you'll look in the mirror and realize you want to continue to be a New York Yankee. Congratulations, Big Mac.
Yes, thank you very much. Well,
you're having a great week.
I'm having a great has been a great 2 weeks, man.
Knicks will beat the Nets tonight, and then I'm having a good week.
Let's hope. Let's be totally honest.
Go.
It's relief. It's a lot of relief.
Yeah.
It's relief.
Rightfully so.
It's not one of these big, change the team, big free agent signings. Like, he was a Yankee. This is bringing it back, but this is a deal that had to be done. And as you said, it got scary over the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
We've been sitting out there, and those are the two things, relief and credit to Cashman. We played it right. He made the offer. He felt there was no reason to go extend the offer. You said they dabbled with the Blue Jays, who now have gotten worse.
Blue Jays are done.
Have gotten worse. Let's just notice that.
That's right.
Everyone's getting better. Everyone's getting better. Bichette's a Met. Tucker went to the Dodgers. Bellinger's back with the New York Yankees. So relief, Yankees played it right. And you had a feeling when the Luis Robert trade came through last night.
That the Mets were out.
That the Mets knew they were out. Like, not that they wouldn't continue to pursue Bellinger. I'm sure they would still be open to pursuing Bellinger. But the trade and when it happened made me think they got wind.
I agree 100%.
He's not going to take the short-term deal. So you felt really good heading into today. You expected it to happen. And now this is just, again, now the offseason can start for the New York Yankees.
Because they brought a guy back. Yep.
Well, not only just because they brought a guy back, this was their top priority, and it felt like nothing was getting done until they knew where they stood in left field. Because there's Dominguez, there's Spencer Jones, there's other things to go do. I still think they need bullpen arms. They need a right-handed backup catcher, and they need a starting pitcher for this rotation more than just the Weathers they traded for a couple weeks ago or last week, because they need some security in this rotation, because you don't know about Cole, you don't know about Rodon. So it felt like they were waiting for this. And I wouldn't be surprised now if Dominguez or Spencer Jones get rumored for a starting pitcher, or Joe Ryan has kind of now been thrown back into the mix in Minnesota as a possible option. It just felt like this needed to happen for the Yankees to feel like, at the very least, you're bringing back an offense that led the American League in runs scored. You're bringing back a team that won 94 games. You're adding Cole eventually, and you feel like this team is at least what it was last year. Because without him, this would have been a historically bad offseason.
I agree. I think the reality is that I think a lot of fans, and I think I'm guilty of this as well. I can't say you are. I don't know you well enough yet to know if you're the sky's falling type of fan yet. But I think a lot of fans want teams, Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, whatever, doesn't matter, to sometimes make a move for a move's sake. And I think sometimes we lose sight of the fact that what you just said is important. The New York Yankees had the best record in the American League last year, tied, of course, with the Blue Jays. They won 94 games last year. They won a playoff round last year against their biggest rival, the Boston Red Sox. The New York Yankees were not broken. The New York Yankees need upgrades, for sure.
100%.
Depth at starting pitching. Obviously, Volpe's an issue for a lot of you, and, having a shortstop that's not an automatic out, who has, a better arm, all that stuff's fair. What are we doing in the outfield, as you already you said? But the fact that they're essentially running it back, and you add Garrett Cole, the Weaver thing, I'm with you on that. We'll see how that plays itself out.
Weathers.
Weathers. The New York Yankees were already a very good baseball team.
Yes.
Look, if you actually look at the odds right now, the Dodgers are prohibitive favorites to go to the World Series and win it. The Yankees are second.
Mm-hmm.
And while there's a huge spread between the Yankees and the Dodgers when it comes to Las Vegas and the odds for next year, the reality is that everybody and anybody that handicaps baseball will tell you that the New York Yankees, worst, are the second best team in the American League. But for most people, they're still the best team talent-wise in the American League, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think sometimes we yell and scream because look what that team did. Look what that team did. Oh, the Dodgers don't need more help. They got Kyle Tucker, right? But the reality is that the New York Yankees, as they do every year, went position by position and said, we could upgrade a couple places for sure, but we do not need a major overhaul. We do not need to spend $500 million this offseason to have a chance to compete. And with the expanded playoffs, the reality for a lot of us as fans is as long as you can win about 87, 88 games, you're a lock to be a wild card team and play postseason baseball. Is it better to win 94? 100%. Would you rather win the division? 100%. Would you rather get the bye week? 100%. But the end goal is getting back to and winning a World Series. And the New York Yankees took stock of their talent and said, Cody Bellinger has to come back. But we're not going to chase our tail on it.
Right.
We made him a great offer. If he gets a better offer, then we'll have to deal with that. But until somebody beats our offer, that's our offer. We're not playing games. We're the New York Yankees. And there are times in life and in negotiations where patience is the greatest virtue of all. And the Yankees sat back and took all the slings and arrows from you and from Evan and your Boomer and Gio and Tiki and Sean and they sat there and said, we'll take it. We got thick skin. And when the dust settled right now, the New York Yankees are the best team talent-wise on a piece of paper in the American League. So I'm printing up my World Series tickets right now. I'm printing them up right now, Biggs. I'm all about it. I got the Knicks in the NBA championship.
Yeah.
All right. I got the Yankees in the World Series. I mean, I'm having myself a pretty good day. There you go.
It is a good day. And it's funny, too, because I think the Met fan is feeling the same way.
I disagree with one take. I apologize. I don't like to interrupt, as you know. But you said something. I have to stop it right there. Say that line again.
I think the Met fan is feeling similar in some ways about.
May I just push back on that for a quick second?
Okay.
And
I'm not even sure I made a coherent point there.
No, you're always coherent.
Okay.
You're always coherent. You're always wearing the wrong shirt on the wrong day.
It's become my charm. I thought you think this is unintentional?
The Giants got Harbaugh. He's wearing a Knicks shirt. The Yankees get Bellinger. He's wearing a Giant shirt. All right. I'm just going to push back on the Met thing for 1 second.
Yes.
And I'm asking the question. I want to be very clear about this. I'm not poking Met fans. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Just asking. Do you think that there are Met fans right now who are very excited about Bichette, the immediate pivot after losing Tucker to the Dodgers, all right, and stealing him from the Phillies, that are saying to themselves, that's interesting. We went from Kyle Tucker to Cody Bellinger to, Luis Robert. Is there a Met fan out there now saying, it was great to see Bichette, obviously, in a Met jersey today, and that's a great signing. You and I both said that.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a Met fan out there right now going, damn it, Tucker we didn't get, Cody we didn't get, we got Luis? Or no? Am I wrong on that?
There's a handful.
Got to be some.
There's some. I think, from the reaction from the Luis Robert trade is that Met fans are ecstatic and ready to crow and say all the things you just said, which was the point I was trying to make before I was so rudely interrupted.
Who interrupted?
I don't know. It could have been anybody. It was probably the unnamed producer. No, but there's a justification in what David Stearns has been doing this offseason.
Yes.
I think the Met fan is dying, even though most of the time they've been killing him. What the hell are they doing? He let Pete go. Why would you get rid of Nimmo? You have nothing. And now with the Bichette move and the trading for Luis Robert, suddenly, I told you he had a plan this whole time. You see? Now we're starting to understand how smart David Stearns is. I think most Met fans today are crowing that we knew it. We might have doubted him for a second.
Really?
But we knew. I would think that's most Met fans.
You think Met fans are crowing today?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I don't see it that way.
Oh, I do.
I see it the other way. Like the New York Mets lost out on Kyle Tucker over money. Now, we agree there was a ridiculous amount of money, and they made the best offer. They beat the Dodgers over for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
And then Cody Bellinger, who would have been fit the Mets lineup perfectly, I'm not sure if the Mets even made him an actual offer.
Yeah, we don't know
I'm sure
yet.
that'll come out in the wash in the next couple of days. But the Yankees got Bellinger, and the Mets got a guy about at 220. I know he's a great defensive outfielder.
Yeah.
But you think Met fans are crowing about that?
Yeah.
Like, you think Met fans have bought into the notion of we're going to see a lot of 3-2 games, and we're good with that?
No, I think they think this lineup is good. I think they think Bichette's a really good hitter. I think
Okay,
they think
he
their
is.
1-2-3 is really legit.
I give you that.
Everyone expects Luis Robert to go back because change of scenery. Suddenly he's gonna snap his fingers and get back to the player he was in 2023.
Okay.
He's excellent defensively. I think that most Met fans right now, they're expecting another starting pitcher. They don't know if it's going to be top of the market, Peralta, but they're expecting another starting pitcher. I think Met fans right now just listen. Wait until Tommy comes on.
Yeah.
I was listening to the overnight last night.
Yeah.
Met fans are crowing.
Crowing?
Crowing.
Evan was crowing?
Well, Evan's a little bit
Evan's
different.
not a crower.
He recognizes the
Yeah.
team's going to be different. The team
Yes.
is going to be different. And listen, I think the Luis Robert trade is a good one for one simple reason.
Defense.
Well, not only that, it's money. Like, they gave up nothing. They gave up nothing but $20 million a year. That's
Right.
it. $20 million a year to the richest owner in baseball is nothing. I have no problem giving up Acuna Jr. Acuna, no problem whatsoever. It's strictly about money. They are taking a low risk, high reward, $20 million flyer on hoping one of the best prospects in baseball from a handful of years ago, who had one great year, can be that guy again.
Right.
I think it's a great deal, but I mean, from what I've seen, universally, every Met fan loves it.
Wow. I didn't see it that way.
Oh.
And I want to be honest about that. If I'm wrong on that, I feel like Met fans took a big sigh of relief last week when they got Bichette, and there's a quick pivot, and I give the Mets a lot of credit for that. They didn't
I'm wrong.
They didn't wallow in their misery.
The ones on my timeline, maybe I just generate Met trolls.
Yeah, or you generate positivity. And I'm really the positive guy here.
Yeah.
I'm the objective guy. I'm the glass is half full guy.
Yeah.
You're more of that old school talk show guy. Everything's wrong. Everything's negative. I hate the world.
Ask Yankee fans if I'm negative about the Yankees.
You're not.
But
it's just weird to me. Like, it's just like if you go from Tucker to Cody Bellinger to Robert, right? Luis Robert. Is it Robert or Robert?
Robert.
Luis Robert? Seems like it should be Robert, but okay, fair enough.
That's fine. The way you say it, I think everyone knows who you're talking about.
It seems to me like I'd be happy I got a really great defensive outfielder for sure, but where am I scoring runs? Right?
Yep.
I think that would be my concern if I'm a Met fan.
I mean,
maybe Met fans are happy.
Well, they're
I don't
different
know.
offense. They've gotten better with contact. They've gotten better with average. They've put down home runs. Like they are much less powerful than they were last year.
So you have a better defensive team. You're going to score less runs. And let's be honest,
they're going to score less runs. They're going to put the ball and play more. They're going to be a different type of offense.
I think, but the weird thing about it is that means more than ever before, or at least in recent memory that I have, correct me if I'm wrong, that Devin Williams better be a great closer.
Yeah. The pitching is still a major problem.
You are putting so much pressure on a guy that did not handle the pressure well for the Yankees a year ago, quite famously. You are going to play a lot of low-scoring, one-run type games, and maybe your defense saves the day. And yes, 1, 2, 3 in the batting order as good as any 1, 2, 3 in all of baseball.
Outside of the Dodgers.
I'll give you that for sure. Outside of the Dodgers, maybe.
Yeah.
But you are going to play a lot of low-scoring, one-run games, meaning a lot of situations for Devin Williams. Now, a couple years ago, Devin Williams was great till Pete Alonso hit the home run against him, and his career floundered. Last year, not great for the Yankees.
Yeah.
But do you think if you're a Met fan, you are content that...
I don't think they should be.
You should not be.
I don't think they should be.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Met fans are waiting now. They believe... You got to understand, Craig.
Go ahead, tell me.
This is how I think the Met fans feel.
Yeah, well, I used to be a Met fan, so
this is how the Met fans feel.
Yeah.
The Met fans had an entire offseason.
Yeah.
And whether it was their own thinking, their Met fan brethren, or the Yankee fan Met hater, whoever... Stearns was an idiot now. He's a small market GM who has no idea what he's doing for a big market team. And the owner only cared about the casino. And now that he's got that in the works, he cares less about the team. The Dodgers are outbidding him. He's doing nothing. They can't pay their guys. Pete Alonso had to go, blah, blah. And now it's, well, look, we might have lost out on Kyle Tucker, but you can't tell me the owner only cares about the casino when he's offering that kind of money. Right? And they immediately pivoted and overpaid Bichette. And even a Met fan would have to be realistic on the idea it was a dramatic overpay. But that's what the richest owner in baseball brings you. It's a short-term deal. It's a dramatic overpay. But they got the player. Now they're in on the Bellinger, but they made a shrewd trade. They've got an offense that's different, a lot of contact. The GM's made some big moves. Like, I think right now the idea is they were idiots and cheap a month ago. And now here they are making suave trades, making good moves,
Fair enough.
spending some money, and putting to bed the narrative that the owner doesn't care and the GM's an idiot.
888-808-1019. That's the phone number to join. We got lots of stuff, not just baseball today. There's craziness happening in the NFL. Brian Dable said no to the Eagles. Mike McDaniel said no to the Eagles. He's going out to L.A. most likely to coach with Jimmy Harbaugh and the Chargers. Brian Dable is not being introduced today as the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. I talked to Robert Saleh about him earlier today. I'll tell you about that a little bit later on in the show. And craziness in Buffalo. And when I bring you this story, if you're unaware of it yet, involving Terry Pegula, the owner, Sean McDermott, the former coach, Brandon Beane, the current general manager and president, and Keon Coleman, the wide receiver that tried to pick my daughter up at the Super Bowl last year by asking if she liked popcorn. True story, by the way.
Do you like popcorn?
Yeah, who doesn't like popcorn?
That's right.
Great line, though.
That's not a bad line.
He's like, hey, baby. I go, Keon, I'm standing next to you. I introduced her to you as this is my daughter.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you like popcorn? And she goes, I love popcorn. And he said, do you want to come back to my place and watch movies and eat popcorn? And I'm literally standing next to him. And I'm like, Keon, maybe you didn't hear me.
Yeah,
That's my daughter. And he goes, well, maybe she liked popcorn.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll give you that whole story. It's a crazy story in Buffalo in which the owner's been caught in a flat-out lie. We got that. We've got some Indiana stuff for you. Tons of baseball today. And I know a lot of you are still walking on clouds because you pinched yourself this morning. Yesterday happened. Johnny Harbaugh is still the head coach of the New York Giants. That was not a dream.
Nope.
And, of course, we're getting ready for WTF Wednesday. That's coming up later today. And, yes, we are all well aware that we are about to live through the storm of all time.
All time.
The all-time greatest, biggest, most destructive snowstorm is about to hit America, and we're going to be a part of it. From Texas to New England. And I told you yesterday, and you guys poo-pooed me. And I said yesterday, 17 feet of snow. And you're like, come on, Carton, 17 feet of snow?
Yeah.
How you like me now? Which is why I rock a Fox weather jacket. I am an accredited weather expert.
They're predicting 17 feet of snow.
In Queens.
17 feet just in Queens.
Just in Queens.
Not like all the snow combined across from Texas to...
Brooklyn's getting 16.
Yeah.
Staten Island's getting 22. 22 feet of snow in Staten Island. Yeah. So we're aware of it.
It's a lot of snow.
Yeah. I got to call my guys at Von Rohr and make sure that snowblower line's working again. We got lots of things cooking today. Let's get some calls going. Here's Paul in Newark, New Jersey. Paul, how are you?
How you guys doing? I'm a lifelong Met fan.
Yes.
Lifelong, 68. I am not happy with Roberts' trade. Are you kidding me? He hit 224 the last 2 years.
Yep.
We got Simeon, a 230 hitter at second base. He got rid of Alonso and Nimmo for defense, run prevention.
Yep.
You got a third baseman, never played third. A first baseman, never played first. This is Stearns trying to put his stamp on his team, and I hope they win 70 games and Stearns gets fired. That's crazy. This isn't a good trade, and he's ruining the Mets.
Told you.
He broke the heart of the Mets when he let Alonso go.
Well, Paul, I hear you completely on that. And that's, look, I understand there's different styles of baseball. The Yankees, for example, for a long time, thought they'd win a lot of games just by outscoring people. We'll hit the most home runs, we'll score the most runs, and that should give us a guaranteed minimum number of wins. The New York Mets are now treating this team in a different manner. There are many ways to skin a cat.
Absolutely.
Not just one. By the way, the Yankees have scored more runs than anybody in baseball since 2009 and have 0 World Series to show for it. So it's not a guarantee to winning, obviously. But it's the thing I brought up to you. I was shocked a few minutes ago when you said that Met fans are crowing about this deal. And the first caller out of the gate, diehard Met fan, 68 years old, is not crowing.
I have not seen or heard one Met fan tell me they don't like this trade. Not one.
Maybe it's a collective that the callers
every
upset
single
about.
person who covers them talks about, oh, he could be this, oh, he could be that. It's a great move. Look, I think it's a nice move, but I came in and I was joking with Evan today when I saw him. I said, congratulations on trading for Carlos Beltran. I mean, I'm sorry, he went to the Hall of Fame. You traded for 2 years of Anthony Volpe. Like, that's who he's been for the last 2 years. But I think this is the guy they've had their eye on. They've been talking about this guy for a while. Most people tell me how great he is in center field, and he's going to bounce back, perfect change of scenery guy, because he played for the White Sox, who don't care to win, and now he's coming over to the Mets. But to your point, here's the one thing I'm going to push back on you on. I think the offense right now, like you look at this Met team, the offense is the best part of it. Like you're talking about winning games, not scoring runs. They don't have a pitching staff.
Their pitching staff's weak. I agree.
So, like, as of right now, they better win scoring runs because I don't see them stopping scoring runs.
Where's the power coming from?
Well, they're going to be lacking on power.
So lack of power means lack of runs, doesn't it?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
So you're going to play a lot of 90 feet at a time? You're going to manufacture
they're gonna
runs?
Put the ball in play, manufacture some runs.
They don't steal bases, right? They're not going to hit home runs this year.
I mean, Lindor can steal bases. Soto just stole 30
bases.
But
they don't steal. I mean, maybe baseball's changed in that regard, not just the Mets, to be fair. But like
they're not filled with.
Where's the land?
They don't have great base runners.
They don't have great base runners. They have no power. Where's the run coming from?
Contact.
But that's what I'm saying. I think the Mets this year. Look, the Mets could still win 90 games, but I think the Mets this year are going to be 3-2. 3-1. It's going to be like soccer.
But who's stopping it at 2 right now? The pitching is the biggest concern. They don't have any pitching. They're going to have to rely on young kids.
They're in trouble.
They're going to have to go add another starter. We'll see who it is, whether it's Peralta, Joe Ryan, somebody. They're going to have to add somebody at the top of this rotation or go pay for Framber Valdez, something, because this pitching staff is not good enough. The bullpen, not good enough.
I agree.
So, that's the main problem. The offense right now, I think you're right. Lack of power.
Yeah.
They don't run the bases necessarily great, for whatever that's worth. But you're talking about a top 3 that's as good as any this side of the Dodgers in all of baseball. Polanco had a great year. Luis Robert does strike out a lot. You're bringing a lot of strikeouts with him. But besides that, they're going to cut down on their strikeouts. They're going to be a better defensive team slightly. They're going to put the ball in play. They're going to manufacture some runs. It's going to be a different offense. And you need guys to step up. You need Francisco Alvarez to finally have a good season.
I'll say this.
Beatty's probably, along with Carson Bench, going to be your left fielder. You need him to continue to progress. You need another big year out of Vientos at DH. It's not impossible that this offense is fairly good.
Then let me amend what I said.
Okay.
Right? Based on what you just brought to me, I'm going to amend it.
Okay.
The Mets are not going to win a lot of games 3-2. I will amend that.
Well, as of right now.
I'm going to amend it in the moment. They're going to lose a lot of games 7-1. Is that better?
I think the offense has a chance to be different and decent. It's not a powerful.
You don't have a $350 million payroll for decent.
No, I get it.
When you spend $350, he's going to spend $350 this year. You better be better than decent. You better be better than 83, 84 wins at $350 million, because if you're not, the notion of, we can't compete with the Dodgers because they spend so much money. If you spend $350 million, you better have a damn good product on the field.
I'm very concerned about the Mets.
You should be concerned about the Mets. I'm concerned about the Mets.
My point is, though, right now, the offense, defensively, I'm concerned about third, I'm concerned about left, I'm concerned about first. Right?
Dude, that's a third of the lineup.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. I'm concerned about those things.
Yeah.
And they don't have a rotation that makes me feel good at all. But I do think the offense could be slightly different, and their top of the order is dynamic. It's not just pretty good. The top of the order is dynamic.
Should be awesome.
Juan Soto's one of the best hitters in baseball. Lindor's an MVP candidate, and Bichette is a look at it now. He hits good pitching. He hits breaking balls. He hits with runners in scoring position. He is one of the better complete hitters in baseball.
I am concerned that Bichette might be a Trump supporter, though, which would throw the top 3 right out into the water.
He's been. Listen, maybe he wanted to be a 51st state while he was playing in Canada.
Yeah, he might have been.
He might have been.
He moved to Staten Island. We're about to succeed from the Union anyway. All right, we got lots of cooking today. A lot of baseball, of course. Yankees get Bellinger, Mets get Robert, and introduce Bichette today. So baseball top of mind. We'll get your immediate reaction to get all your emotional reaction to where the Mets are, where the Yankees are. Crazy story in college football right now that has Mark Cuban offering Mendoza $30 million to run it back. How about that? To stay in Indiana. What went from a great Hallmark story has become nothing but greed. I'll get into that later on today as well. We got lots cooking. It's the Carton Show with Big Mac. Your calls right after this.